it's Joey from Moon's Creative Mayhem, and for the second Christmas in a row I got a Rolife BookNook. This is the Sunshine Town one, and I'm going to do unboxing and go through all the steps, and hopefully I won't forget any and leave anything out this time. Always very neatly packaged. Okay, so I've got my pliers out. I'm going to go to the corner because I don't want to rip anything. It's very similar to the Shakespeare edition one that I did last year. Got a little piece of sandpaper, and that looks like a mirror. Well, that is little plasticky bits. The doors. Got the little hooks and the signs for the top, and some kind of cobbles. I don't know if that's the floor or not. There's a tree in there, and stairs. I'm guessing that's the back. And another door. Oh, I've got a cute little chair with the cat on it. That was the first thing I noticed when I saw it on the box, was the little cats. I'm usually a dog person, but the cats are really cute. Just don't tell Moonlight I said so. We've got the instruction book and a little bush. So usually, last time they said it didn't need any glue, but I had to glue in the plant because it kept popping up back out again, so I'll probably use glue for this little bushy plant. And there's a screwdriver, a couple of cats, some cups and plates, and another plant. Looks like glue. So you must have to use a little bit of glue for this one. And there's a lamp post and the battery. That's the top of the lamp. So obviously you need to cut that. And then a couple of pots of white paint and teeny tiny paintbrush. And that's it. So it's all unboxed and we're ready to make everything. So it turns out on this set there is glue, and they give you a pot of it, which is quite handy for the plants actually. I've made the little plant, I'm just waiting for the glue to dry. I'm having to paint all of the sides of everything white, and this is taking a bit of a while because it says 2 to 3 layers. It's going to be a long time of sitting waiting for paint to dry. Okay, so I'm up to about step 9 in the book at the moment, and I've made lots of little bits. I've painted lots of the sides of things. Everything is quite messy, like my fingers have got a lot of paint and glue on them. This was quite hard to glue because you've only got a limited amount of space that you can glue everything. It took some wiggling in for this part that is the side of what looks like steps. So now I just need to paint the edges on it white. So I'm on step 15, around page 17 of the instructions. We've got a little shelf with a flower pot. I've made part of the tree. I've got little potted plants. I've got the door. We've been painting door frames. All the little bits are starting to be made and come together. But because there's so much preparation to it, it's not being assembled into an actual large nook yet. So I'm looking forward to getting to a point where all these little bits start to come together into something that I can see is not just little bits. So I know it's going to be really satisfying when that happens, but I just wish it would happen soon. Working on the wires was quite difficult. I made the battery box back to front by mistake. There is one side on the holder for the battery box that has a larger dip than the other side, so you have to get it the right way round because otherwise it doesn't fit. So I had to take it apart again. I was squeezing out the glue to stick on the cat and the pots and it exploded into a giant blob. I've tried clearing it up with kitchen roll and brushed some of it off, and I'm hoping it's not going to leave a shine on there. I'm up to stage 18 and I'm making little chairs, but I managed to snap piece I-24 in half right on the join where the back of the chair's gonna go. So I've glued that back together and I've been painting the edges as well. You do need to be quite careful when you push the sticky out ends into the slots. Some of them I've managed to snap. including the one that holds the door on. So my door is a little bit wobbly because part of the layer of the wood snapped away, so it's not a firm grip on it. Alright, so I've got up to point 19 and I've made some mistakes. I've forgotten to put the K12 circular piece in underneath the tree, so I've got to pull the tree out and redo the tree because I've done it wrong. I might just have to leave it if it doesn't come out. I've noticed another mistake. Now I've picked up the I've realised where I've put it on its side to dry. We have Spider Cat, who has had glue on his bottom and has now fallen off and attached himself to the wall. So Spider Cat is gonna need to go back on his chair as well. So hopefully it'll be better now after that. earlier on when I threaded the wire for the battery, I threaded it through the tiny hole that needs to fit the back on. And now when I've tried to put it through the actual long slot where it's supposed to go, I'd have to take the whole thing apart, and I don't want to do that. So I've left mine as it is, but I'll put a note to say don't follow me and do that because it's wrong. The instructions say to glue the wires very tightly onto the back of this, and I haven't got the patience to sit there with my hand on glue. So I'm just going to use some sellotape for that bit. So it's all finished, the Sunshine Town Rolife BookNook. Altogether it took around 6 hours to make the whole thing, and that included painting the edges and waiting for glue to dry. I did make some pretty major mistakes along the way, the main one being that I passed the wire through the wrong hole, which has meant I've needed to glue my side in. Any mistakes you make on the Rolife stuff, to be honest, you can glue around it or slot in a different place, and it's usually quite fixable. So there's little imperfections in it that I know about, but anyone just walking up and seeing the BookNook wouldn't probably notice. It's really cute looking. I'm really pleased with how it looked in the end, and it's very bright. So the Shakespeare one was a little bit more atmospheric. It was more dark, like a cozy little book reading corner. But this one's quite bright and cheery. It's quite a happy looking one. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave any comments, any ideas of other things you'd like to see. Thanks for watching.